Greetings, body jugglers. This is Satek Ananda from the current body juggling dojo in Venice, California, here with Jamie Hoffman. Say hello.
Hello.
And Nancy. It's Cote, right, Nance?
Yes.
Cote. And you're up in, hold on. I know it's Maine. What is it?
Yeah. Richmond,
Maine. All right, and so this is flow session number 4, I believe, right?
Yes, I think you're right.
It's the 4th of the ones we have recorded. We have like the Zoom one that wasn't on, Hangouts. So we need to do our shopkeeping and figure out like where we're at in the process total. Jamie is actually here to do. Well, she came out, to visit, but she likes to, create and produce as well. So we decided to use this as a production trip to start getting some footage of her transformation. And I wanted her to be present in this session because I'm going to start training her with like Hangouts or Zoom, like online, the same way I've been doing you. So she's going to sit in with us. Is that cool with you?
That is absolutely cool. And maybe you and I could do some practices together, Jamie.
Okay.
Separate.
Yeah, she actually asked if you were going to be on our session this Tuesday, and I was like, no, she's working. But that's a great idea because I train her class every Tuesday. If you set your, you set your laptop up, and now you have your bar, you can do those things with us, and that will be awesome because that's the next step, is being able to train more than one group simultaneously online. And if we can do that effectively, we can expand around the world, Do you have any thoughts, any questions for Jamie before we jump into moving?
No, I'm assuming she's having a good time doing it.
Do you have any thoughts, questions for Nancy?
No, I'm just ready to witness.
Are you having a good time doing it?
Yes.
So Jamie, I was actually thinking, since we're on the same time zone, maybe when you're on the bar, let me know. Maybe we could just do a bar together.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Ooh, just girls' playtime.
Girls.
Get jealous.
And and because Nancy is one of the only people qualified to teach anybody else bar, she could give you pointers and stuff and teach it too. Like
okay, cool.
I like the idea of you trying to teach through the camera, Nance, because it'll make teaching in person easier. Because there's serious challenges that we run into trying to do it all just through words. But what I discovered with you is that solving those challenges makes you teach even better in person.
Yes. Oh, we had so much fun last night. I had everyone doing 5 minutes of improv.
Nice.
And they loved it. It was just Joanne and Diane, number 1. You can see a difference in Joanne from the first time she did it with us a few Sundays ago, and then Diane, she did a really good. She said she left feeling really good.
Nice.
That's what you want.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you see her bump into fear or boundaries as she was doing it, or did she just fall in and open up?
She, as we all do, she kept falling back to what she knew. Of Dragonfly, and that's to be expected at first. You don't know what to do, and we'll see what she does next time.
Awesome.
Liked it, and it made her feel good. She came in, she had just done her taxes, she was all depressed, and she said she left feeling really good. So that was nice.
Sweet. Okay, so Joanne was there last time we did a flow session, right?
Yes, on a Sunday. We did a Sunday. Yep.
That's right, the Sunday, because we missed that Friday. Okay, so we're gonna get back. I mean, I think we still stayed with the same flow of what we were doing, so we didn't really change your regimen much. We're gonna get back into more freestyle, and we're gonna end with some taking you back into Dragonfly again. Between the freestyle and the dragonfly, I want to begin to play with some of our new moves, right? So did we get a name for that step over swirl under thing? Do we have a name for that yet?
Talked about it was like smoke moving, so I just called it smoke.
Smoky swirl. You know, it's like swirling or twisting or something has to be in the name of that. And then there was another new one too. That was the cartwheel, right? The upside the flip. Have you practiced that any?
Yes, not as much with my craziness, but I have practiced some.
Oh, right. And just because I'm curious, tell us how your granddaughter's doing.
She went to see the neurologist today, so her brain is healing nicely. Looks like she'll be able to go to school Monday. If she gets tired, she has to go to the nurse's office, or she can go home. But last Saturday, she ended up falling down the stairs. It's just been a nightmare, even though she didn't get a concussion then, but she had 3 concussions in a month. So that was just awful.
Wow. And this is one of the many daughters of your child?
My daughter, yep, she has 5 kids. So that was part of the reason why I had Anabe so much. She needed to be away from all the noise of having 5 kids in the house.
Right. Yeah, they don't really get like quiet time for recovery and stuff.
Right.
Awesome.
I got a lot of coloring in.
I bet you did.
That's one of the things you can do when you have a concussion. You can paint and color. So now I'm feeling like an artist.
Is her collarbone doing okay?
Yes. Yeah, it's a little puffy, but it was just, I guess, chipped. It's not broken. So she's able to use crutches, and she's got a sprained ankle, so she's on crutches.
And the sprained ankle came from the fall?
Yes.
On the steps? And how did she break her collarbone?
Well, no, when she fell out of the tree. So why? Well, she was up the tree. She shouldn't have been up there because she'd already had a concussion 2 weeks before, but she's a tomboy, so she was up the tree and fell out.
I fell out a bunch of trees.
Yeah, a high tree, yeah.
Yep. Okay, and so that we never lose track of our focus in this flow series, we are working our way towards a new form.
Yeah.
And I think we said we're not gonna pick the name of that until we get it right. Like it feels more simple to create movement organically and then figure out the name that fits it than trying to create a bunch of moves to fit a name.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Right on. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with some warm-up stretches. We'll then move into some freestyle. We'll play around with some new movements, and then we'll finish with dragonfly. Can you tilt the camera down some? Yeah, make sure you get the whole bar. Awesome.
Crazy. There. All righty.
All right, so just start out with your own stretches, tapping into your body and noticing what needs to open. Not trying to be creative, not trying to be pretty, just literally
Stretch, yeah.
Open. They would always try and get us to stretch in soccer growing up, and we never wanted to. And then I guess it was high school, and I hit that age, and I was like, oh, I have to stretch now. Crazy stuff. Watching you do that makes me want to get on a bar.
Feels good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
It's what I usually do when I'm with Lori at 6 in the morning. It's so nice to do the stretching, but it was really icy this morning, so we canceled. So I didn't get any morning stretching in.
Icy?
Icy.
In March? Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. We could still get snow.
Yeah, if you're getting ice, you can definitely get snow.
Yeah.
So as you keep stretching, one of the things we played with last week was this idea of, I said, as you keep stretching.
I'm going to.
Okay. One of the things we played with last week was this idea of working with a theme, right? Like variations on a theme is like an old term from like music, from dance, variations on a theme. And we're going to play with that more today in improv, specifically because variations on a theme are one of the best ways to find, to learn, to figure out, to open up potentiality, right? So everybody, when they first get on the bar, doesn't really know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves, right? But as you do one movement, right? So that's one movement. So from right there, now I want you to play with that theme. We're still just stretching. We're not being awesome, not being pretty, not dancing. I want you to play with that theme and see how many stretches, how many movements can you find in that idiom, in that realm. And you know, be as creative as you need to. I'll let you know if the theme changes. Nice. That's a new one with a lot of potential. I probably couldn't do it.
Here.
Uh-huh.
Tell you the one that I did where it was oh, I always have a hard time remember the name of it.
Okay.
Stick
And
that stretch though.
yeah, that's the Robin one. Oh my goodness, I couldn't do that. It's pretty though.
I felt the difference in my Saturday practice. I really had a nice stretch.
If you practice it daily, you'll be able to drop really far down there, and it's really pretty. Like, I'd almost like to use that move in the form, even though I would never be able to do it. But that's one of the reasons choreographers always want to use other dancers for their work, is because they want dancers that can do things they can't do.
Oh yeah.
You know, so like, you know, you want a better paintbrush. So when you're doing variations on a theme, you never want to stay in that theme so long that you feel lost or bored, but you want to stay in it long enough that you find some new answers, some new solutions, some new aspects of the language. Then you let yourself evolve. So what you're doing now, that's a different theme. That's a different place than hanging down to the front, right? So now play with that theme, and that theme is an arch. It's a centered. Going onto your side would still be in the same realm, in the same idiom. I would say if you're picking your legs up, that's kind of still in the same theme. And then remember that no matter where you're at, all you have to do is twist your body in any direction to create change. No matter where your arms are, they can go in a different place than they are, and you've got change. And we want to be aware of the feeling of that change. We never want to just move to move. We never want to move just to be pretty. We want to move to create feelings. And when something feels good, you know, I say this all the time, nice, good evolution. When something feels good, it looks good.
Well, how can you not reverse your back if you've just done that arch?
Yep.
Always nice then to go the other direction.
And that was a natural evolution. So now you're in another theme. And watching you do that makes me feel like in this form, I really want to have at least one place where you're not on the bar. I don't want to be glued to the bar this time. You know, it is body juggling bar, so we will use it most of the time, but I really like the idea of having some element or elements that are not dependent on the bar.
I think if you do a form, it would be nice to have a part without it, because then you could actually maybe have a partner who was on the bar while you were doing something off the bar.
That's a whole nother thing. That's we can't choreograph two until we get one down.
Right.
But you know I'm always going there. Always going back to the partner thing, and Nancy loves anything partner. Like, she's just all about it, and her girls love it too.
I kind of have to, because I have 2 bars.
Right.
They've started asking me not to let anyone else join. Because
that's what I'm talking about. That's when we get into value there, when people just want it themselves. That's value.
And they started teaching each other while I'm doing one bar. They're working with each other, which is great.
Nice. Very awesome. Okay, so now we're going to start playing with space. So that was just a warm-up, get you feeling, get you moving. Now we're going to play with space, and I want you to do one bar to the other, traversing, okay? So you're going to start at one side of the bar. Yep. And the game is to get from one side all the way to the other, right? It's not about being pretty. It's not even necessarily about staying connected. It's about using that space creatively.
Creative.
You know the connection, the grace comes later, right? We start with balance. From balance, we can move into power. And then from power, we can discover flow. We can discover grace. Good. I'm seeing a lot more variety in your movements now. That's good. I can tell that you're still paying attention to what you're feeling. Like, you can see it when somebody's feeling. You can see in how they move. Beautiful. And now gently work your way back, not rushing, but just exploring the space, exploring the feelings. The key with movement is that we're all creatures of habit, and we stay in those habits until something makes us change them.
They feel safe.
Right. And so we
like falling off the ball, and especially when you're on camera.
Yeah, totally. And one thing I like this time is I didn't have to tell you to use the floor. Normally you're trying to hold yourself up and float, and this time you naturally use the floor. And I think that's part of why you have so much more variance in your movement. It's awesome. So people will very often just try and hold themselves up off the floor and float. But if you do that, there's only a very small number of things you can do before you're out of options. When you use the floor, you get this whole ability for this totally different language. So always having to remind people, use the floor. Use the floor. Nice. And I always love a leg going over, just always opens opportunities. Nice. Nice down. I like that. Okay, that was awesome. Now we're going to shift to the volume game. So if you imagine the top of the bar extending towards you and towards me, so it goes straight out in both directions, and the box goes all the way to the poles and down, so that the whole space around the bar makes a box. I want you to fill that entire volume with your body movement. So you're going to try and take up each. If your body was animated and we could see like frames of it, by the end, no, not that high. It's if you do go up there, that's fine. But the box that I'm seeing is at the height. The top of the box is at the top of the bar. Yep. Okay. And it extends 2 feet to there and then comes down, and it extends 2 feet the other way and comes down. And I'm looking to fill that entire volume of that box. And once again, on these exercises, we're not trying to be pretty. We're not trying to be awesome. We're trying to do the challenge of filling all of that space. Nice. Yep, and each part of your body counts. So your legs there were taking up the middle. Your head was all the way down to the end. Nice, nice. Yep.
Mm. Mm. And of course, I wanted mentally go, but my body would not let me.
Nice. Good. Beautiful. Okay, so now you're going to come back up onto the ball. I want you down on that side of the bar.
This side?
That side, sitting on the ball. And same game. I want you to fill that volume. This time, I want you to do it faster. And I don't want you to worry about feeling each stretch, because now we're not focusing on stretching, right? Now we're focusing on moving. And I want you to move and fill up that entire volume of that box as quickly as you can without rushing. Exactly. I want you to keep your, yes, nice. Nice. Yep, beautiful. Keep going, filling up each part of that box, using a foot to get out to the corner, using an arm to get out to the corner. Nice. Use that bootay if you need to. That was a nice shot. There you go, in that corner. That's what I was missing, and I knew you'd get to it. Yep.
Sense of balance I have to have.
Yeah. There's only one way to get it. Only way to find your balance is to lose it. That's a quote. Awesome. Back to your starting position, but you're going to go from the other side of the bar now. So that was perfect execution of that game. Do the same thing, but you're going to start from the opposite side of the bar. Fill up all of that volume as quickly as you can without rushing. Oh, I like you getting low.
Sometimes it's not even on purpose.
I know, that's all right. But I like that stretch you were doing on the ground there. That was nice. It was like a lazy pigeon on the floor. So a huge part of this freestyle is, number one, increasing her vocabulary in her own body, but it's literally giving me ideas of things to work with. So like I'm, you know, the two movements we've discovered already were just me watching how she moved and me like, try that, you know. Very nice. Beautiful. All right, and back to center. So let me get a few real moves from you here, just to move into our acrobatics. Because we're going to be working on cartwheels, I want you to get some inverted folds and then rollouts. And if you're there, you're going to have to flip the other way. If you move, yeah, now you can flip either way. So inverted fold, flip, inverted fold, flip. Yep. And when you do that, so hold on, come back up. So when you do that inverted fold, that rollout of that inverted fold, I want you to concentrate on keeping your ball as far away from the bar as you can. Okay? Because that twist is the twist we're working on in that cartwheel. And that'll get your body set up to keep that ball far away from that bar when you're doing that twist.
So this side is far away.
Yeah, as you come out of that twist, try and make your ball go away from the bar instead of going towards it. Yeah. So as you, exactly, I want your bar as far back once you come up. And you can reposition your ball before you do it again if you need to. That's good position. Keep that ball back. Yes. Which means keeping your butt back.
Yeah.
That's, keep that butt out. Do that rotation. Yep. Nice.
And it's a habit to bring my foot up.
Right. That's okay. Although you do need to break that for the cartwheel.
Yes.
Good. One more, and then you're going to reverse them. Well, not reverse them, but do them to the other side.
Woo!
Right. Now roll out the other way.
I got my head around it.
You got to be more to the middle of the bar because you're gonna roll the other direction. Remember, you flip your opposite hand. Nice. Good centering.
And then trying to bring myself to the other side when you're this far away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's hard.
Yep. That's what I was saying. You can reposition your ball if you need to. Although trying to do a series of those and keep the ball where you want it to be will be a good, that's a good practice.
Yes. Ugh.
Yeah, see, that ball's pretty close there, but you came out nice. Very nice.
I should remember how scary it was to be on the head and shoulders. It was like, you
Uh-huh.
want me what?
Right, and now it's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. Awesome. Okay, so now I want to see where we're at with our cartwheel. But before you start trying to go into it, I want you to come out of it, and you're going to stop halfway and then go back in. All right, so I want you to do inverted fold first.
Oh, inverted fold. Sorry.
Boom.
Okay.
Flip either hand. I don't care which way you go. You're going to go halfway down onto your side. Boom, and then come back right back up to inverted fold and try to get yourself in the same position. Boom, good. Again, halfway. Yep. So you got to keep your core over the center because that was too much leg, so that was hard on you. Keep your core over the center as you twist. That's better. And then boom. Good. And now come all the way out. So your ball got pretty close there on your come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's because you were going back and forth again. So position your ball right where you want it for an inverted fold. Go into your inverted fold. Come all the way out. Now reverse it. Go right back to inverted fold.
Oh, inverted fold. Okay.
And no, I meant reverse the movement.
Okay.
So you're going to do your rollout. You're going to do your rollout to come out, and then I want you to reverse that rollout to go back to your inverted fold. Come up. Come up.
Seated.
Come up. Yep. So you didn't start from there and then go into your inverted fold. You did a good job, but your ball got too close. So get ready position. I want you to do inverted fold first. Yep. Now do rollout all the way. Now reverse that rollout. Go back to inverted fold. Yep. Good. And then come back out again. Now scoot your ball back. Good. Doing better. I want you to do that. It's a cartwheel. It's like the best way to describe it. I want you to do that cartwheel into inverted fold. Keep your butt back and try to not let the ball go under the bar. Good. Good. Go back. Nice. Fix your ball, reposition. Do you remember the key that we found to that last time?
Bending, just if I start from.
That was one key. I wasn't thinking about that one, but awesome. That was one key. What was the other key? That arm letting go quickly.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because if your arm doesn't let go quickly, go down to side kick. You're doing that. Now when you twist, your ball's going to go under the bar, right? There's no way for you to twist under from there. So come back up. Right. Now you're under the bar. Okay? So the key to that is let that right hand go quickly so your chest can come forward, and then you're able to roll perpendicular to the bar instead of underneath it. So tailbone backwards. As you begin that, yes. Now your ball's in the perfect position. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Undo it. Come out.
You know how I feel it? My arms are not having a problem.
I love it. Come out gently. That's awesome. Do 10 of those for me. It's going to be tough. Wait. Reposition your ball. I want your ball in the right position every time on these, because that's going to be quintessential to you, like being able to keep doing this. So that butt is back, that arm lets go immediately, and you let your body twist like a corkscrew. Beautiful. Yep. And just so you know, let's start drilling this now. When I do cartwheel, I don't have my legs together like inverted fold. I have my legs split like inverted splits.
Okay.
So when you get to inverted fold, go ahead and let your legs split out for me.
Okay.
Yes. Better balance too, right?
Yeah. Still work.
Right.
I like work.
I know you do. So that came a little bit forward. You could feel the difference, right?
Yep. But I corrected on my way back.
Yes, you did. Yep. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kicking ass. Taking names. All right, I don't know how many you did, but give me 2 more and then we're going to do the other side.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that was close to 10.
Close. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, that came a little bit under, but you're still making it work.
Okay.
And here's the thing is, like, you don't really have to keep the ball all the way on that side once you're doing the full movement. So I don't want you to hyperfixate that in the long term. I'm having you really focus on it now because it's going to make the movement easier to learn, right? Once you got it, the ball can go anywhere you want to, you know? So now you're going to do the same thing. Other side, I want you to start with inverted fold first and come out. Stop halfway. Stop halfway. Yep, and then come right back. Boom. Keep that core over the center. Again, halfway. Yep, and back. Good. Now come out. You're going to flip that right hand. Come out. Okay. Reposition, and then try to go right back into it. Reverse that rollout.
Too far under.
That's all right. That's all right. You'll fix it. Fix that ball. So I was telling Jamie today is like every mistake is a lesson. Every single mistake gives you the information on how to do it better. Yep. Yep. And I can see what you're doing on this side that you're not doing on that side. Can you feel it?
I'm looking at the bar not being straight. It's not me. It's the bar isn't straight.
Hey, it's the bar, and the ball's got too much air. And we're not wearing our right socks. So you're not letting go of that left hand.
Oh, okay.
Start moving. You're waiting a little bit, so you're getting a little bit of that lateral movement without the twist.
Okay. God.
Much better. You went past the center, but the ball's where you want it to be. At least it's better where you want it to be.
I'm gonna be like Diane. No, Millie. Gotta get my.
What does she do?
She has to have the circles up at the top. On the bar, though, I'm saying the bar is angled this way, and that's what's doing it. It's not.
Right. Got you. I love people's little neurotic stuff. It's so amusing. Nice. Nice. Good. So give me like four or five more of those, and then I want you to connect them. Beautiful.
Much better if I let go of that hand.
Yeah.
Must have been pulling me. That's what it was.
There's so many things that I've only learned about this practice when somebody struggled with that element, and then you got to dig in deeper, and then you find this one thing that it's like, wow, whoa. Yep, lost your center. Nice. Really smooth come outs. And that's not even the way you're used to coming out either.
No.
Nice. One more. Hold. Flip that hand so both hands are forward. And now flip the other hand. Come out on the other side. Nice. And again, so now you're doing the whole cartwheel from one side to the other. Yep. And you just did what I was going to tell you to too, which is don't be afraid to leave both hands like this on that move if you need to. You don't have to have your hands this way.
Okay.
Nice. Love it. Yeah. That's all right. You got to get it in pieces first. Balance, then power, then flow. Give me one more both directions. Yeah. So your next step is going to be taking this into flow because you got balance. Now we're working with power. The next step is making that whole thing happen together in one piece. So just
adjust this ball.
Say what?
Not having to adjust the ball, keep it.
Well, yeah, that's going to be master level. You'll get flow before you get the ball to stay exactly where you want it to. Nice, very good, beautiful, nice. Stretch it out.
Whew.
That's some shoulder work there, right?
Yes.
And some serious core. Anytime those legs get up in the air, that's going to be core.
Yes.
Now I want to see you do your swirl, your smoke swirl, and go in one direction and do several passes. So I want you to like really feel the flow in it. One direction, and then we'll reverse.
Let me see if I can remember.
So, yep. So when you come off the ball, that's your time to like secretly reposition it. Get it where you want it to. Place that leg where you want so that it's right where you want it to when you swoop under. Nice. Good. Now see how smooth, how effortless you can make that. How light, how floaty.
Okay, we're slowing the room down for a second.
Oh yeah. Don't like dizzy's no joke. And you can reverse right now if you need to too. But always take. I know dizzy hits me fast in my old age. I loved it when I was little. Now I'm just like, Mm-hmm.
Well, once I can stop looking at the ball, I think, then I can find a
Once
spot
you
in the
stop
room.
what? Once you stop what?
Having to look at the ball, and I can find spots in the room.
Yeah, right. That's called what is it? Pointing or whatever, and spotting. It's called
Yeah.
spotting in ballet, where your head is always turning to the same
Right.
point. I saw this dude do this thing on the rings the other day, and he was spinning literally for like 2 or 3 minutes straight, and like doing all this different stuff. His legs would come out and it would speed him up and slow. And he finished, and I knew when he got off, he was going to walk away without being dizzy, and he did. And I was like, "Fuck you!
Yeah.
That's ridiculous." Awesome.
Good.
Let everything stop. All right, so we know we want that move in this form, and we know we want cartwheel in this form. I would like to add that Robin Chance backbend thing if you can get that comfortably. So let's play with that a little bit, and then we'll finish up with Dragonfly. So you're going to start on your knees. Everything you know is about positioning, is about alignment in this practice. So you're really going to have to play with where the ball is when you start this, because where the ball is going to have a huge factor on how this works. So from there, you can let your hips curl under, come down into back bend, let those knees come as close to the ground as you can, and only stay there as long as it's comfortable. Don't stay there so long. Oh, nice. Don't stay there so long you're creating more tension.
And hips coming out of the back and be hard.
Is it hard to get back up? Oh, nice. Good. And come all the way back up to your knees. Woo, beautiful. Okay, so now come back up to center before you move your knees at all. Notice where your ball is. And I want you to move it a little bit forward or a little bit back, which either makes the most sense to you. And we're going to try that same move again. No.
Oh, okay.
I want you to move it forward or backward just a little bit. Try that move again, and we're going to see how that affects it. This is a move that Robin Chance did in her.
Oh, ankles.
Say what?
Ankles. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to her. What did you say, Nance?
Oh, that was ankles. That's quite the stretch in the ankles.
Okay, and you moved the ball back or forward?
I moved it back.
That's what I figured. So try, get it right back in the center and move it forward. Energy.
If I had a little less, I could probably do a little more.
Now you get that. Yeah, that's okay. So that's the key, is we want the ball to be closer than further away. How did that
Further away from my butt.
Say what?
I think I want my feet, when they're like this, there's too much ankle pressure. If I do this,
Got you.
the ankle pressure off.
And did you do that time? Were your feet a little more wide that time?
A little wide. I think I want to go wider.
Okay, try it out, because I don't think it's going to affect the visual of the move at all.
Well, I think if I stretch my ankles, that will take care of it too.
So your knees are coming to the ground, so your ball's back where you started. So come back up. Yeah. And see, so going down that
body strength.
Say what?
I have to work on that upper body strength. It's kind of hard to pull up.
Well, sure, but it's also because you're going down too far, right? So get positioned again, scoot your ball a little bit closer. When your ball's closer to the bar, you can get your full extension on that stretch, but your knees aren't going to be on the floor. And so you're going to be able to come back up more easily because your weight isn't so dropped down. So from right here, No, come back up.
I think I need to be further back.
Nope.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. I want the ball even closer to the bar than whatever you just had it.
So it's now extended beyond the bar.
Good. Try it again. See how that feels. Just lay down and take a nap. Okay, come back up. Come back up. And scoot it forward even more. Notice where you're at. And try it again. There you go. Now coming up from there is easier than where coming up from there is easier than where you were at, right? Well, sort of.
Yeah, I need to work on how to get my butt to go back so that I can.
Right, and I see your feet and your ankles struggling to come up as well.
Yes.
So it's like they're trying to pop out from under you. Maybe we can find a different exit from that pose, because that pose is beautiful. Maybe we can drop down to that pose and then, you know, roll out of it or find a different.
I want to think that when Robin did it, she did come down to her knees and then she had her hair down and did that. I'll have to look at the video.
Yeah, I think the one where you're talking about her hair, I think she was hanging it like this forward.
Okay.
I don't think she was doing that with her hair. Oh, well, no, but you might be right, because on one of them, her knees went all the way down to the floor.
So coming out of that one, and then it's with the hair flying.
Yeah. So play with that this week. Play with that stretch and ways to come out of it that feel good, and we'll see where it goes next week. We got about 10 minutes left, so let's get into Dragonfly now. You're gonna start center, and let's go through the whole thing 3 times. First time, not worrying about flow, not worrying about grace, just feeling everything, getting connected to the movement. The second 2 times, we'll make it as smooth, as soft as we can.
Okay. I gotta straighten out my. Those little idiosyncrasies.
Yep.
All right.
Sweet. Shake it out. And this time is very good, very good. Lots of good flow. This time you're going to do it again, but I want you to do it as quick as you can. Obviously without rushing. but as quick as you can. Work on speed, because remember, doing things fast is a good way to discover flow. Then slowing it back down, but shoom. Nice. Good. Nice. All right, last time, slow it back down and really feel it. Make it as graceful, as soft, as sensual as you can. Are you 60 yet, or are you still 59?
I'll be 60 in July.
July, awesome.
Fix the bra.
Always a good thing. Imagine floating underwater. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. And back down to camera. Very graceful. Very nice work. All right, great session. Lots of good stuff. Practice your cartwheel. Practice your smoke swirl, whatever that ends up being called. And specifically, I want you to play with a couple of different openings. Like I want you to play with 2 different openings, knowing that neither of this are likely to stay the opening, so it's not a big deal. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. I just want you to play with 2 different ways of beginning this form. Where do you start? What pose are you in? And what are the first like 2 or 3 moves from that position? So I just want to see the beginning of the idea of 2 different forms. And we won't be able to focus on it in the group class, so it would be next Friday that you need to try and have those ready for.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. Any questions about today or anything else?
Nope, it was good to get back in.
Yes, ma'am. Very, very good work. Loving that cartwheel. It's looking awesome. Check that out when you watch the video. Your dragonfly looks really good. There are a couple of things that I'll give you some pointers on next week, styling wise. your leg being bent when you come out of your figure four, you know, that leg being bent there. And a couple other things I noticed. I still want to give you a drill to practice with going down into Superman. That's going to help keep that butt in and keep the body long instead of being stuck out. Little things like that, you know. But on the whole, it looked awesome, and I'd totally put you on stage, you know, to do it. Anything else before we split?
Nope. Thank you very much. It's nice to have some work. Hopefully I can get myself, everything will be normal, hopefully, and I can practice a lot more.
Yeah, hopefully no more broken children.
Exactly.
How is your communication with your daughter going, by the way? Not that we have to get into the wrong thing, but is it
right, really good. It started actually 3 or 4 weeks before this incident, where she just suddenly sent me this message and wanted to know if I worked close to somebody, and I said no, and because she's in domestic violence, that's where she works, and just said the person was not good, and she was just worried, and that's what opened it up. She said, "You're my mom, and I was worried about you," and it just continued from there. So
awesome.
yeah.
Honor that space, cultivate it, you know, and you're as responsible for it staying healthy as she is, and pay attention to the elements, the dynamics that are making it work, and let me know how it evolves. That I'm really happy to hear that.
Right. How is your Thursday evening thing going? Or was that just a couple of nights?
We haven't. We've tried to do it twice, but then, you know, circumstances have made it tough. We're gonna try and do one while she's here before she leaves, that we're gonna cut into pieces and just offer to people for free, and then try and get the actual weekly session going. Because my concept is I want to have a closed Facebook group that will be a paid group, so that people will pay a monthly fee, and they can attend as many as they want live or just watch them in their own time, you know. But what I really want to do is get people bringing a buddy, so that they can actually do the exercises with their buddy while we do the process. So it'll be like an online workshop, basically. But with our travel back and forth, she's got her bar up now. We had to build that. She's just now starting her fitness challenge. She's doing her 30-day body comp selfie challenge. We're on the second day of the master cleanse, so she just passed out. You know, she's got no energy. And starting to focus on her body now is bringing up all these new emotional things. You know, we cleared all of her historic patterns, everything we could find, all that stuff, and now for her to move into embodying her warrior, move into really embodying her power, is bringing new stuff up for her. So now we're going to have to deal with that stuff as she continues to get stronger, to lose more pounds. I think she started watching her food 4 days ago, and she's lost like 3.5 pounds or something already.
Yeah.
You know? So she's doing well. We haven't weighed her since we started the master cleanse, you know, so by the end of the day, that's a lot of calories that she's, you know, been going without. And she's working out every day. We did a session right before you, and then we're going to go back out to do another session today as well. So I'm really excited to see how her body changes, because her body's like mine. Like, my body will get out of shape quickly, but it gets back into shape quickly too. Like, it's used to working, and it likes to work. And she's, you know, taken off 20 pounds before. And I think she's shooting for 20 pounds again this time. I think she's at I think she was at almost 150. So I think she wants to get down to 130, 135-ish, something like that. But yeah, so it's coming, and keep asking, keep reminding us. You will definitely be involved as soon as we make it, you know, public, and maybe even before. You're the first person on any team I pick.
Thank you.
Great work, and I will see you Tuesday.
Sounds good.
Awesome, hun. You have a good one.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.